Welcome to Latch-Key Dads.
Eat it. Literally.
That's right. So we've done part 1 and part 2
Yes.
of 80's food that we loved and remembered. And we joked that we were actually eating some of that food, but we weren't.
Not yet, anyway.
So part 3, we're going to do it. We're going to actually eat some of this stuff.
Whether we want to or not, Tim.
That's right. That's right. So we've kind of broken it up into little groups, trying to not just eat all chocolate or all gum or something like that. So
Right.
Our first little sampling here is pretty exciting.
We've got some great options here. This
Yeah.
is a full course meal. Well, let's go with item number 1. I'm going to let you pick the inaugural. Yeah, that word. Latch-Key Dads, eat it.
All right. Well,
are
I
you
think
going with?
I've mentioned this one that it was one of my favorites, and I feel like a little bad wanting to start with this one because I have a feeling I'm gonna really like it, which then means we might finish with something that isn't great. But the whatchamacallit was definitely one of my favorites, and we did get a couple of them, and I think I want to start there.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right, you take the first bite
All
while
right.
I talk. Otherwise, it'll just be both of us chewing, and it's kind of funny. So, I think when we were talking about the 80's food, just like how 80's food had such fun names, and you were able to like something just solely based on the name, and nothing was funnier than the whatchamacallit. So, judging by your face, I think you're pretty keen. And while you're chewing, we're going to explain. We're going to be rating on nostalgia and then on actual taste.
Yeah, I'm very happy with my choice.
Right.
I mean, you put chocolate and like a crispy center. You kind of can't go wrong. So it's got a peanut butter flavored chips and caramel with chocolate. It's pretty solid. I mean, I'm doing a lot of lip smacking, so apologies to our listeners, but it's pretty good. I like it. From a nostalgia standpoint,
Yeah, what do you?
it's throwing me back. Like I can remember getting one of these and, probably sitting in the car while we were driving home or something and chomping down on one of these. And it's pretty good. Yeah.
So nostalgia 1 to 5.
I'm going to go full 5 on this one.
Yeah.
It throws me right back to like being in my mom's brown Toyota Celica, cruising through the streets of Whitehall. So, yeah.
I agree. Nostalgia, absolutely a 5.
Yeah.
Biting into, I had forgotten what it tastes like, but when
Yeah.
you bite into it, it's like, I don't know what it was, but yeah, I was in the back of my mom's car. The Ford, I don't know, one of the massive Ford gas guzzlers that we had, and eating a whatchamacallit, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think there's something that's kind of similar to like a Crunch Bar because it's got that sort of crispiness to it.
Yeah.
But with the peanut butter and the caramel,
Yeah.
it's elevated. It's more bougie,
The bougie candy bar.
Yeah. Yeah. No, whatchamacallit, high marks for me.
I think that it leaves me, it's a little bit to be desired as
Yeah.
far as the taste goes. I think it's just not as sweet as a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Okay.
And
I can see
therefore,
that.
I'd give it about a 3.
Okay.
Yeah, on
All right.
the taste factor.
I'll go 4,
Yeah.
because it does have that, the chocolate, as you get older, you get more refined chocolate, that
Right.
you have. And
Yep.
so it still has that sort of like commercial chocolate vibe to it. But yeah, I'll give it a 4. I'll give it a 4
There
on
you
flavor.
go. Ringing endorsement, commercial chocolate vibe.
Yeah.
And it is made by Hershey. I did check.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So right here in Pennsylvania.
So there you go.
All right. Awesome.
All right. Well, I'm going to go next, and I'm going to say, Gabe, stop chewing on the bone. There you go. And I'm going to go with something that we just found randomly. Do you have the bag of this? This is called Razzles. And I forgot all about them. And when we opened them up, I looked at them and I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's a freaking Razzle.
Yeah.
And I think it's candy that becomes gum or something
Okay.
along those lines. So this
Yeah.
is our first candy gum combination. And I'm going to go first. I'm going to mix. I got 2 blues. I'm going to go with the 2 blues.
Okay. Sounds good.
So you vamp while I chew.
All right. So in the way that they look and feel, they've kind of got like almost like a starburst sort of shape. I'm sorry, not starburst. It was like a sweet tarts. Like the shape of it has sort of like a sweet tart sort of feel to it. But I can see Greg over there. He's got the smile. He's got the thumbs up. All right, so I'm gonna go double orange. If you went double blue,
I want double blue. Yeah, I'm like shocked. This is not nearly. I mean, I don't remember him being this good. We'll see what Tim's face does. But right off the bat, nostalgia 5, razzles. I didn't have them often, so it was kind of fun to say, oh yeah, I kind of remember these. They're delicious. It's flavorful. I'm giving it a 10. I mean, well,
wow.
I ate 2, so that's why I'm giving it a 10.
So our scale went from a 1 to 5 to 1 to 10 on the second one. Yeah, it's like the consistency,
right?
Super throwback. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the way it kind of breaks apart. It's almost chalky in a way, but very quickly turns into gum. I'm a little afraid of what the chemical compound is that makes that happen. But yeah. And the flavor, like we've joked about fruit stripes, like it evaporates immediately. The flavor's still pretty strong. So, yeah, I'll go nostalgia. I don't know if we're doing 5 or 10. But
5. I was kidding because I ate 2 of them.
No, I know. I'll give it an 8.5, which I guess would be a 4 1/4 on nostalgia.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go middle of the road. I'm gonna go with a 3 on flavor.
3.
Yeah.
Not really your, your.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to go too high too early. You know, I want to leave room because we've got a lot of stuff here. So, all right. So on 3, grab your cup. All right, moving on.
Oh, look, it's candy again.
All right. So I feel like we gotta
clean your palate first.
Oh yeah, that's right. We have a lovely sorbet. Oh, wait, that was my spit cup.
Too many moving parts.
That's better. All right.
Well, what are we picking next?
I feel like what are our next options has to kind of balance out where we were with the sweet. So we got to go with something a little salty, a little savory. We're going Cool Ranch Doritos.
I mean, look at this. This is the gold. Oh my gosh. I got the chip with it stayed too long under the shaker, and it's got like
you got
twice as much
the spice.
Yeah.
Might want to have your palate cleanser at the ready. All right. You want to go first?
Sure.
All right. So to Greg's point, the colors of the spices, there's that sort of red, sort of green little shakens on there. Color of the chip is electric yellow.
Electric yellow. It's the chemicals in there.
Yeah. What do you think?
I eat these on a regular basis. So, as far as the nostalgia goes, it's kind of low on this nostalgia scale because it never left. So I'm actually going to say a 1 on the nostalgia. But flavor. I mean, it's one of the best chips on the planet. In my opinion.
You should write a letter to Doritos and let them know they are the best chip on the planet. That might be a new marketing campaign for them.
Yeah, between the nacho cheese and the Cool Ranch,
Yeah.
it's just.
Well, for me, the nostalgia is going to be a little bit higher because I think I mentioned they were not on the regular for me.
Okay.
So that flavor, huge nostalgia boost. So I'm gonna go 4 only because I did have them like later into like my 20s.
Okay.
And flavor, I mean, yeah, it's just such a cool combination of flavors. They weren't kidding when they said Cool Ranch. They were they're right on.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
My one question is, what exactly is ranch? Like, you can say ketchup is tomatoes.
Yeah.
You can say mayonnaise is like eggs.
Right.
What exactly am I eating, Tim?
I mean, I guess ranch is like a combination of like sour cream and like, I thought like sour cream and chives and like some other greenness mixed in.
Greenness, that's the flavor.
I don't know if it's like oregano or some other, leafy condiment. I don't know. We'll have to bring in a specialist to let us know what's actually in ranch, other than that it comes from a hidden valley somewhere.
And it's delicious.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, for our last plate number 1 items, we've got another gum.
Yes.
We had lots of gum for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but this is the Lucky Lights bubble gum, because of course in the 80s we wanted to pretend like we were smoking cigarettes.
That's right.
And they look
surprisingly like
cigarette. I want to see if it does the thing. So whenever we had it, the very first, you blow out, see if it does it. It did.
Yeah. It's awesome.
All right.
I'm going to do one more just for fun.
See if it...
Very cool.
All right. Paper you cannot eat. Don't eat the paper.
And there it is, out of its...
Oh, yeah. Look at that. What is that, like cherry maybe or something? Oh, I got grape.
Very nice.
Grape. All right.
All right. Well, have at it. I'll talk while you... So, again, I feel like these were one of the things that we had pretty sporadically. This wasn't something we had a ton. But, the quality of the gum, in my memory anyway, it was sort of like bazooka, like it had like a bazooka gum sort of vibe to it. Mm-hmm. Where does it fall?
That's exactly right. I didn't place it at first, but yeah, bazooka gum. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Bazooka gum though was always hard as a rock.
Yeah,
you had to like suck on it for like a half an hour before it finally could break down.
Yeah, but my memory I think is pretty true. I'm very bazooka like.
Yeah,
and flavor I feel like is gonna go pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
But nostalgia wise,
yeah.
I mean, it's not dissimilar to, the nostalgia vibe that I was expecting.
Yeah.
So I'll put it like 3.5 nostalgia, because there's so many like bazooka, and there were other gums that had a similar sort of flavor to them. It's not triggering like a ton of memories that I'm like, oh my gosh, I had this on this day doing this kind of thing.
Yeah. I'd agree. I mean, it's kind of like more about the look of it and playing with it than it really was about the candy itself. So I think I'd give like 3.5, maybe a 4, because it was so.
But the puff that was.
Yeah, I think the puff gives it the 4.
Yeah.
As far as the flavor goes, though, I'm kind of going like pretty low on this one. I think like a 2.
Yeah. Well, I'm sticking with it, and it hasn't completely gone.
Yeah.
Like neutral. There's still some sweetness to it, so.
Yeah,
it's all right.
It was okay.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a razzle.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right.
On to plate number 2.
Nice. Course number 2.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, Greg.
How's it going?
Fantastic.
We are on course number 2 with our 80's Eat It extravaganza.
Yes.
This is a really sad plate.
It's not super enticing to look at, I'm not going to lie.
It's really not that hot.
Yeah.
Except for the scalding hot Totinos pizza rolls.
That's right. So where do you want to start, Greg? Because I started the last one.
See, I'm thinking we got to go with the Totinos pizza rolls simply because eating them after the candy and stuff is going to be weird. But I also know they're really hot, and I don't want to be picking the hanging skin from the roof of my mouth for the next hour.
But that's all I talked about in the previous episodes, that I always scalded my mouth on them. So
how hot are they? Oh, they're like really hot.
All right, let's do at least one before then, because
okay. Well, you pick then, because I wanted. Yeah, you pick.
Okay. All right. Well, since we started with chocolate last time, I'm going to go with the chocolate, and I know Greg's super excited about this. It is the. Here's the packaging, the Charlestonchew, which is this is a strawberry one, which is going to be amazing, I'm sure. There's just a lot of artificial flavoring labeling on it, but
no, I didn't like these as kids, Tim. What is a Charlestonchew? What am I going to be biting into?
I feel like, if my memory serves, it was like a marshmallowy sort of center with chocolate, but there's nothing on it to suggest that. It just says strawberry artificially flavored. That is all it says. So we're gonna find out.
All right.
All right.
You go first, Tim.
All right. Here we go.
My guess is you're gonna like it.
The strawberry is pretty weird. Not gonna lie. The consistency seems on par with what I remembered, though. It's like that marshmallowy, gooey center.
I don't remember pink ones. I remember there's like a vanilla one, maybe.
I think it was just white. I think it was just marshmallow.
Is it right here?
But the pink strawberry center, it's different. Have at it.
Here goes.
I don't remember ever buying these. I feel like this was a Halloween treat.
Bottom of the bag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the marshmallow it's the same as what I remember. But the flavor is it's like a weird like hint of strawberry. Mm-hmm. Not super strong. And yeah, nostalgia. I mean, it definitely reminds me of Halloween. So I'd give it fairly high nostalgia marks, like a 4. Oh wow, nostalgia wise. Wow. Flavor, I'd give it a 1.5 maybe.
I think you're being generous on the flavor. I'm going with a 1.
Okay.
As far as nostalgia goes, I remember that my brother liked, not the strawberry. I don't know,
just the original.
The original. My brother liked them, so I would trade, Halloween candy. Yeah. So there's a little bit of nostalgia. Sure. Going, oh, he wants these, so I'll give him he gave me whatever. So probably a Tootsie Roll. I got the lame, but yeah. So it's like a 2.5 on the nostalgia. it hangs. The flavor hangs because it's all like in your teeth.
Yeah. Yeah. It lives to tell another day.
It's gonna taste great with the totinos.
Oh yeah, it's a lovely. I think a sommelier would pair the two of them together. Yeah, that's good palate cleansing there.
Right. This is tough plate too.
Yeah, it's not great.
All right, let's go with let's see how badly we kill ourselves. I mean, the plate underneath is hot.
Yeah.
We nuked them because, right? You nuked them because we didn't feel like waiting 10 minutes.
Yeah, the hour and 45 minutes to bake them. Yeah.
All
right, go for it.
Totinos pizza rolls.
All right. Oh. Yeah? It's all right? Does it make you think of Romancing the Stone? Oh, wait, that was me. Yeah. All right, that's not... Your face is not suggesting that this is very good.
I'll let you
right,
dive in there.
I gotta go for it. Here we go.
The sound.
I will say the way that it looks, it reminds me of when I was a kid and we get into them. Are like there's so much like sauce.
Yes.
I was expecting like a lot of cheese. I think as a kid, almost like a cheese stick. There'd just be like all this cheese and a little bit of sauce. I mean, it's so much sauce that, they're disappointing. I'm sorry. Sorry, Totinos. It's just not my thing.
It's too sweet too, right? Is it me or are they sweet? Is it that the Charleston Chew still coming back at me?
No, I think their sauce has a lot of sugar in it. And I don't know. Just not my thing.
Nostalgia is very cool. I'd say we, at least a 3 on the nostalgia. I remember eating them as a kid. But the flavor, I'm going to give them a pretty low 1 on the flavor scale. Sorry, Totinos.
I'll go a little higher. I'll go 3.5 on nostalgia.
Okay.
Because, like, the specifics of the night that we got them and how high our hopes were.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I can't even, like, imagine, like, my parents had this shag carpet in the living room. It was green.
Nice.
And, sitting on the floor to watch the movie and watching them through the window in the stove and the excessive amount of time it took for them to cook, like all of that wrapped up in that little taste is there. So nostalgia, I'm going to go like 4.5 on
That's
nostalgia.
Awesome.
But flavor, I'll go, what'd you say? 1.5?
1.5. Yeah, and that was being generous.
I'll go with it.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got two fun options here. I'll go with the gum. I'll go with this is the cigar version,
which we cut
gum.
in half.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So it's a green gum. It's a healthy amount of gum there.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Brought to you by Bill Clinton. There you go.
This one is elbubble.
Elbubble?
That's what it says. It's from Cuba. It's, Kramer imported them.
Mine is like stuck on the inside.
There
it goes.
It doesn't want to really, I don't know. I'm just going to break a piece off.
Yeah, I don't really feel like eating a lot of this gum either. So it's green. It actually smells kind of delightful.
Okay. It's giving the like bazooka vibe in that you really got to work for it.
Oh my God.
It's not terribly easy to chew.
No.
And
it's kind of like it's too smooth.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'd be leery of trying to blow a bubble with this.
Oh, we got it. Let's try it. Ready? I didn't even think about that. All right, I got a little baby one.
All right.
You're the expert, though, right?
I feel like I'm on the spot. And this is not the gum for it. It's actually sticking to my teeth.
There you go.
Yeah, it's not good bubble blowing gum.
Cheers, Tim. I'm spitting it out.
All right. Mm-hmm. Delicious.
Mm-hmm. I think as far as nostalgia goes, I don't ever remember having a cigar candy or gum cigar candy, whatever, cigar gum. So I'm going to go low on that. I'm going to go with like a 1.
Yeah.
The flavor wasn't great. I think it might be because it's the green one.
I could see that, yeah.
You know, I think maybe if it was like grape or strawberry or something, it would have been a little better, but...
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say like across the board, 1.5 for nostalgia, 1.5 for flavor. It was just... I'd say I remember seeing them at a candy store. Mm-hmm. But it was never like, ooh, I got to get one of those.
Cigar gums, whatever.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, no.
All right.
Our last one is going to be the most adventurous one, I believe.
Yes.
And these were candies that maybe I got like once in a blue moon. And this wasn't like, I can't remember specifically what one I got, but it was basically, this one's called, I'm going to make sure I pronounce it correctly, niklnip. Niklnip. I'm not lying. That's what it's called, niklnip. Niklnip.
Right.
And it's got some kind of like sugary flavor inside of a wax, casing.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember what I had as a kid because I know I've seen and had them before, but I don't remember necessarily the Coke bottle type.
Yeah, my brain is saying that it was like a root beer, but I don't know if that's true. I know I had at least 1 or 2 of these growing up, but the nostalgia, maybe when I taste it, will kick in. But yeah.
All right, so you have to bite off the top.
Yeah. Greg has removed the cap from the wax bottle.
That flavor! Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Nostalgia. Oh, he's chugging it.
It's not coming out.
He's not chugging it. Though the wax, I feel like you did have to kind of push the wax back a little to like kind of, because it would pinch when you would bite through it.
Oh God, I got wax in my teeth. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. I'm not happy with the orange one, but that was fun. Mm. Nostalgia, totally a 4.
All right, here we go.
Chug it, chug it, chug. It's hard to get out. You almost gotta squeeze it.
Yeah. You know what it reminds me of? The freeze pops. The flavor of those, it was so sugary sweet. Mm-hmm. And it's probably the same.
I would imagine.
The same stuff, just yeah.
I gotta go get this wax out of my teeth.
I think that was their tagline, actually. All right, well, plate 2, it had some nostalgia. Well, I should say, nostalgia-wise, the flavor definitely, yeah.
Right?
I would say like a 3.5, 4 on the nostalgia of the flavor.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, like enjoyment flavor,
Yeah.
maybe 1.5, 2 at best.
Agreed.
But yeah, this plate, I mean, a lot of nostalgia, but not stuff that I'm gonna add to my my diet.
Might be the last one of each that I will ever have.
But thankfully, I've got an entire bag of totinos, probably about 48 of them in there. So
Well, leave them in the freezer. When you sell your house in 20 years, you'll leave them in the freezer for the next owners.
it'll be a gift. Yes. Awesome. So
All
on to
right.
plate 3.
Let's see what happens.
All right.
Stay tuned.
To be continued. Join us on the next episode of Latch-Key Dads, where we continue our 80s food journey.